I found out my husband had been giving our savings to his sick mother, who was actually his 22-year-old girlfriend. I had always trusted him completely. Mark and I had been married for 6 years, and in that time, we'd built a life together, or at least I thought we had. He worked long hours at his job in finance, and I managed the house and our savings. We weren't extravagant, but we were careful, and I liked knowing that every dollar we earned was accounted for. I thought we were a team. It started with small things. I noticed the account balance was lower than it should have been. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I'd miscalculated something, or maybe bills had slipped through. But when I started looking at our statements more closely, I noticed regular withdrawals labeled as transfers to a medical fund for his mother. The amount was significant, far more than any doctor's bill could justify. Every month, it was the same. $2,000 gone, supposedly to help his sick mother with treatment. I tried bringing it up casually at first. "Mark, I noticed these transfers," I said one evening. "Is everything okay with your mom?" He smiled at me, the easy practice smile I knew so well. "Yeah, honey, she's going through a rough patch, and I just want to help her. Don't worry about it." I wanted to believe him, so I let it go. But then came the little inconsistencies. His mom apparently lived in another city, but he never talked about visiting her. Calls to her were supposedly frequent, but he always had excuses about why he couldn't take my call with her. Sometimes I'd overhear him on the phone, whispering, laughing, using a tone that seemed too intimate for a mother-son conversation. It didn't make sense, but I pushed it down. One day, I got a notification from the bank showing a deposit someone had made into Mark's account from the medical fund. I opened the profile linked to the deposit, and that's when I saw her. Pictures of a young woman, 22 at most, smiling in casual selfies. My stomach dropped. This wasn't an older woman with illness written on her face. This was someone his own age. I couldn't process it. I started digging quietly. Every time Mark left for work, I searched his phone, his email, his messages. It was like peeling back a layer I didn't want to see. The truth hit me like a physical blow. He had been seeing her for over a year. Every transfer from our savings went directly into her account. She wasn't sick. She wasn't his mother. She was his girlfriend, a girl barely older than his younger sister. All the money we had painstakingly saved was gone, funneled into her life while I had no idea. I confronted him the next night. He tried to lie at first, stumbling over his words, trying to convince me it was still about helping someone in need. But then I showed him the messages I'd found, the flirty texts, the intimate photos, the plans to meet up while I was at work. His face went pale. He started to mumble excuses, but nothing made sense. "I thought I could manage both," he finally admitted. "I didn't want to hurt you. I just wanted someone who understood me, someone who actually cares about me." The words were empty, hollow. I felt sick to my stomach. Everything we had built together, every plan for our future, every trust I had in him, shattered in one sentence. For days, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the empty bank account, at the life we thought we had. I thought about all the little lies, the secrets, the false smiles. I kept replaying every conversation, every hug, every time he said he was working late or handling a family emergency. They had all been lies. I moved out a week later. There was no argument, no shouting, just a quiet gathering of the pieces of my life that were still mine. I took what I could, left the rest. The realization that I had been living in a lie for years, that the man I trusted most had been spending our money on someone else while pretending to care for a sick mother, is something that still haunts me. I don't know if he thought he could get away with it forever or if he truly believed he could maintain 2 lives. All I know is that the person I married doesn't exist anymore, if he ever did. And the betrayal, the slow burn of knowing every dollar, every plan, every memory was tainted, is something I carry with me every single day. The worst part isn't just the money. It's the realization that I was completely blind to it, that I trusted him without question. And now, every time I think about what our life was supposed to be, I feel that hollow emptiness again, the echo of a life that was never real. It still keeps me up at night.